In this video, I'm just going to introduce you to our equation and what each of the terms mean, starting with mechanical energy. In our equation, the ME stands for mechanical energy, and that is going to be measured in joules, the unit for all forms of energy. Joules is spelt like this, and it is abbreviated with a capital J. The M you should be familiar with. It stands for mass, and mass is always measured in, or the standard unit is kilograms, kg. G is going to be our gravity. This is whatever gravity for the planet you're on. Gravity is measured in meters per second squared because it is a form of acceleration. H is height, and that is measured in meters. Let me start that over. H is height. That's measured in meters, and it's abbreviated with a lowercase m. V is velocity. You should be familiar with that as well. Velocity is, of course, measured in meters per second. Meters per second, or it's almost always abbreviated m/s. When you're going through your word problems, what you're going to want to do is look for these units or look for context clues that allude to each of these terms. I'll give you an example here in just a second. Alright, so I have an example problem up here. All we are going to do is practice identifying our information. So if you want to, please pause the video and go ahead and try and identify what each of these pieces of information is before I go over it. So let's start by reading the problem. The problem says a 1.1 kilogram toy car is rolling 4 meters per second across a 2 meter tall counter. What is the mechanical energy, or ME, of the toy car? Assume we are on Earth. So if you have absolutely no idea what to do, you start by looking at your list up here. If you didn't write this down, that would be an excellent idea. But what I can do is just look at the units over here and match them up with the units I see in the problem to figure out what variable I'm dealing with. So it starts out by saying a 1.1 kilogram toy car. So if I look at my list, kilogram is mass, so that must be my m. So in my list, I'm going to put m equals 1.1 kg. I'm going to keep reading. This toy car is rolling 4 meters per second. Rolling is an action. Velocity is an action. It tells you how quickly you do something. So if you see words like rolling or moving or driving, those are all alluding to velocity. We can confirm that by the unit here, m/s. In my list, meters per second, or m/s, must be velocity. So in my list, I'm going to put velocity, or v, is equal to 4 meters per second. Continuing on, it rolls across a 2 meter tall counter. Again, this is describing how tall the counter is. Height is a description of how tall something is. So meters, go back to my list, meters, or m, that's height. So my height must be 2 meters, or 2m. What is the ME of the toy car? So this is the question inside the question. What is the ME? It's saying what is the ME, so we are looking for ME. My ME is going to be a question mark. That's unknown. The problem finishes up by saying, assume we are on Earth. This is very important because it's telling us that we can use Earth's gravity as our gravity. So the gravity on Earth is always 9.8 meters per second, and that is squared. Let me drag that over. Alright, hopefully this video helped clear up how to identify information in a problem. If not, seek help either on the internet or ask Mr. Palmer.